Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome. So today's video is on this makeup look right here. This is a really glam look that you could do to any occasion, prom, if that's still going on for you. But I created this today because Eid is coming up and this is what I'm going to be wearing on Eid. My dress goes along with this, but clearly, obviously, I'm not wearing my dress right now. But stay tuned for pics of that fit. I love these tones. That's a bit of warm tones mixed in with pops of color. I'm obsessed, and I hope you guys will be too after watching this tutorial. So yeah, without further ado, if you want to achieve this look, please keep watching. So first things first, I already went in with my L'Oreal Pro Glow Foundation, and then my Maybelline Age Rewind Instant Concealer, and my Laura Mercier Translucent Powder, just to fasten up the speed of this video, because those are steps you don't need to see all the time. Now I'm going in with my LA Girl Pro Concealer, and just using that to prime my eyelids for the eyeshadow. Just applying that to both eyelids. I also did my brows off camera. Now I'm just using that same Laura Mercier powder to set that concealer down and create a very smooth prime surface to make sure the eyes aren't left tacky before we apply shadow. Now for the fun part, I'm going into this Morphe 25A Copper Spice palette, and I'm going to that very first shade that you just saw. It's a very warm beige color, and I'm just applying that all over my eyes to create a clean base, cover up any veins, and you know. I also took my powder and kind of packed that on underneath my eyes, and also took that out towards the tail of my brow from just beneath my lower lash line, just so that it creates a barrier from the eyeshadows towards anywhere beneath that, because that'll help ensure that you're not taking any shadows out too far, and it'll keep everything seamless. And also, packing that powder on will help catch fallout that we can wipe away later. Now going into this slightly orange undertoned peach color, I'm just taking that above the crease and blending it out, just to start off the eye look with some warm colors. So I'm just going to be blending that in windshield wiper motions, and I'm going to be focusing most of that on the middle parts of the eye and also the outer parts, but I'm not going to bring that in towards the inner part of the eye. I'm just going to drop that down into the crease when it hits the inner corner. Now taking this very warm caramel shade, I'm just going to be overlaying that peach colored shade we put on first, and kind of just go over the very top of that peach shade just to deepen it all up. Poolside, wondering if I find a girl like you, or if I'm gonna die. Then taking this matte warm chocolate brown, I'm taking that on a fluffy crease blending brush and defining my crease with it, and just building up the overall depth. There's nobody to hold on to, sitting poolside, wondering if I find a girl like you, or if I'm gonna die. There's nobody to hold on to. Taking this matte brick red, I'm just applying that to the very outermost parts of my lid and right below that chocolate brown crease shade, just to give the outer parts of my eye a little bit of oomph. I'm going in with this Revlon Photo Ready Eye Art, which is dual-sided. It has an eyeshadow base pigment, whatever you want to call it, and then also a side with glitter or shimmers, which I'm so sad I forgot to use on top of the base, but I used the base, so that's what I'm doing. I'm going over both my lids with that. I'm just intensifying that more or less accordingly to the spots that need it. When you use this product, make sure you don't forget to use the shimmer, because it was actually so pretty when I swatched it with the base. So yeah, I forgot to use it, but I will be using it on Eid, the day itself. Make sure you let the base dry down before you fully open your lids upwards, or else it could crease. Now I'm taking the second shade from the Carli Bybel palette, which I forgot to show on camera, but that's the shade right there, although it looks warmer in the picture than it really is. What it is a very pink, pearly, iridescent shade, and I'm just applying that to my inner corners, popping that on, packing that on, you know, just applying that to the inner parts of my eyes for a little bit more of a zhuzh. Now I'm taking this Milani single eyeshadow in the shade Bella Rose. I believe I'll link it down in the description box below, but I'm taking that and placing that in the center between those other two lid shades for a very nice baby pink champagne-y sheen of a transition. You don't want any harsh edges, so that baby pink shadow will just give it a nice transition. I'm using my Maybelline Master Precise Skinny Gel Liner to tightline my upper waterline. I'm taking this NYX brow crayon / brow highlighter and using it as a liner for my lower lash line, just because I think it's perfect. It has a very baby pink kind of a crayon instead of it being stark white. So I'm using that to kind of open up my eyes and brighten them a little. So I'm killing two birds with one stone because this is keeping up with the theme of baby pink here and there. Also, I hate that saying, killing two birds with one stone, but yeah. Now I have no idea what I'm using here because all the writing on the label has worn off, but it's this really pretty turquoise teal kind of a liner. It matches pretty well with my shadow, so I'm just lining my lower lash line with that right beneath the baby pink liner on my waterline, just to lay a base before we apply some shadows on it to kind of smoke it out. Taking the e.l.f. All About the Eyes palette, I'm going to be using that light green and that blue shade, mixing it together. And I'm going to be using an e.l.f. shading brush to kind of smoke all that out on top of that teal liner base. Going back into the same two warm shades that we used at the very start of the eye look, I'm smoking that out right underneath that teal to kind of mimic what we did on the top. And then I go back into that same brick red shade that we used on the outer parts of our lids, and I apply that to the outer part of my lower lash line. I'm using both the Carli Bybel shadow that we used on the inner corner of my lids and also the Milani Bella Rose shadow that we used in the center for my inner corner highlight. I also do wet my brush with my setting spray to intensify it. I applied my Maybelline Big Shot mascara and my Ardell Demi lashes off camera just to save time. And now I'm going in with my Rimmel London bronzer in Sundance. This is the bronzer that I always use. What else is new? So I'm just applying that roughly around the perimeter of my face, just to give me that overall sun-kissed look. Now I'm taking this contour shade on the very top right corner from the LA Colors I Heart Makeup palette, and I'm just taking that along the hollows of my cheeks and the hollows of my face. Now taking some of my Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Powder again, I'm just placing that right beneath my contour because it got a little crazy there. Those contour shades are really pigmented, so take a light hand. So I'm just placing that powder there underneath where the contour should have stopped and letting that set for a while so we could come back and brush that away to leave a clean contour. Now I'm just contouring my nose using that same contour shade. I did a talk through of how I contour in another tutorial of mine, but if you want an in-depth how-to or an updated face routine, then let me know in the comments. So of course I softened that up with my beauty blender because you don't want any harsh lines. And then I'm going in with this pearlescent pink blush from Wet n Wild. It's a very peach undertone coral blush, and I'm just applying that to the apples of my cheeks and blending it backwards towards my contour. I'm just brushing away the powder to clean up the contour and powder my face and brush away any fallout. And now I'm going in with this majestic highlight. I actually ended up using all of the first 4 highlights, but I started out using the white one and then the light gold one, but then I realized I wanted some more golds, and then I realized I wanted some more pink undertones, so I went with all the first 4 highlights. And yeah, if you couldn't tell, this is my first time using the highlights in this palette. I know, it took me forever. Now for lip liner, I'm using my NYX lip liner in the shade Natural, and I'm just overlining my lips just a little because I just like to do that lately if I'm going for a glam kind of a look. For lipstick, I'm going in with my LA Girl Flat Velvet Matte Lipstick in the shade Carried Away, I believe. And I'm just kind of blotting that down with my fingers to give it more of a soft tint to the lips rather than have it sit on the surface. To top that, I'm going in with my Revlon Super Lustrous Lip Gloss in the shade Sky Pink. And yeah, I'm just applying that gloss on top to give it that same baby pink theme. I also do go back in and intensify my inner corner highlight with that same Milani baby pink shadow. And now I'm just powdering my face with my translucent powder again. Now taking that same Carli Bybel inner corner shadow, I'm highlighting my brow bone. Lastly, I'm using my L'Oreal Infallible Makeup Extender Setting Spray to set all of that makeup down. Do a little dance while you're waiting for yourself to dry. And now I'm just going back in with all of those same 4 highlights to intensify it even more because it looks even more poppin' after you're wet. And of course, it's the Anastasia Beverly Hills Nicole Guerrero Glow Kit. And that's it for this makeup look. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to subscribe and leave comments down below giving feedback, and make sure to give this video a thumbs up. All my social media will be linked down below, and I hope you stay in touch. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.